Welcome to the Question Goddess show. I am the Question Goddess, and my name is Kirsten, and they are completely relevant, but I don't make a fool of myself. Are you kidding? Don't watch. Of course they're gonna want to watch. That's why they clicked on this. Yeah, have a wonderful Monday. See you in a second. Hope you like that intro. So, today we're going to talk about RockUSA. Because I went there. What? Oh yeah. Love Twisted Sister. So, those are all the bands I saw. Well, not really. I'm going to tell you who I actually saw. I saw Buck Cherry, Avenged Sevenfold, Slaughter, Great White, Queensryche, Anthrax, and Twisted Sister. I saw Chevelle, Dawkins, Jackal, Rat, and Van Halen. So it's cool how I did that, right? Oh yeah. So, Buck Cherry and Avenged Sevenfold were the people who I saw on the first night, which was Wednesday. So, Buck Cherry was amazing. They did so many amazing songs. Avenged Sevenfold. There was an hour and a half between Buck Cherry and Avenged Sevenfold, and Avenged Sevenfold, who was the headliner, only got an hour set. But I am completely impressed with their music. Their new drummer is great. Um, I can't wait to see what they come up with next. They played "Hail to the King," "Hail to the King," "Hail to the King." Their newest song, um, and it was great. They played. They opened with "Nightmare," which was really cool, and they played so many great songs, so many hits. Backcountry, everybody loves Backcountry. So the second night was Twisted Sister, Anthrax, Queensryche, and Slaughter and Great White. So Slaughter and Great White, not really my personal favorites, but they were good. Played well. Um, just cool to sit and hang out to, stuff like that. So then Queensryche came on, and I love Queensryche. So many great songs. They did not, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure I do, they did not do Silent Lucidity, which me, and everybody else I talked to thought they would do. So, oh well. Uh, it was pretty cool anyway. So, Anthrax. Anthrax. There is no words to describe it. And yes, they were amazing. So I can't even talk about them without fangirling. So, with the sister, who I'm gonna try to talk to, or gonna try to talk about without fangirling, which is gonna be really hard. I love Twisted Sister. They didn't do any other Christmas songs, which I was kind of disappointed at the time. But then I realized it's in the middle of the summer, and it's not Christmas. And yeah. So they opened with "The Kids Are Back," which was a great thing to open to. Just got all the energy going, and yeah, it was great. And they played their hour set, and then they left the stage, and they were the last one, so everybody was packing up to go home. And then Dee Snider came back out, and the rest of the bands, and Dee Snider introduced everybody in the band, and then they came back and did "We're Not Gonna Take It," which was it was great, because they're not supposed to do encores. They're only supposed to have hours set. And yeah, they were amazing. Third night, we only got to see Chevelle because my father, who took me, had to go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, so he could get off early and we could see most of the bands on Saturday. So I only got to see Chevelle, and they were pretty cool. I don't really know most of their songs by name, but I've heard a lot of them on the radio. They're not bad. So that's the third night. This is a really short scene. So we have a special guest here, the man who took me to RockUSA, and he's been wanting to see Van Halen since 1979. So we'll bring him on here in just a second. But then there will be another jump cut. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeff. I am Kirsten's dad. Just came back from RockUSA, saw Van Halen, great concert. I've been to a few more concerts than Kirsten has just by virtue of being a really old guy. So while we were there, we also saw Twisted Sister. I saw Queensryche, which is another one of my favorite bands. Very, very, very cool. Kirsten wanted me to talk a little bit about the Van Halen show. Like she mentioned a second ago, I have wanted to see these guys since the '70s. I had an opportunity once in the '80s, wasn't able to take advantage of it, and just haven't had another chance to see them till now. So again, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I thought musically the band was great. Um, Diamond Dave, his vocals aren't what they used to be, but he still sings, he still gives a show, and he is still very much this bigger than life personality, that I remember from the '80s doing his own version of MTV called Dave TV. He was a lot of fun. For me, the defining moment of the concert, and I got to explain, to me, what makes a concert great is does it have that moment where something unexpected happens, where something really memorable happens that's going to stand out with you. Years later, you can think back and remember, oh, I was at that concert when this happened. And it's that one memory that stands out. And for me, it was this moment last night when Eddie he was playing guitar and he just kind of stopped playing and started cranking out this slower bluesy thing. And David Lee Roth came walking up to him and he said, "Oh, I like that. Keep it up. Give me some more." I think he said, "Keep talking to me, Eddie."
Yeah.
And so Eddie kept playing, and David Lee Roth laughed and said, "Wow, that's totally different. That's brand new. Who have you become tonight, man?"
And he pointed at his son.
Well, yeah. So Eddie's sitting there kind of playing this bluesy thing, and David Lee Roth goes, "Come here, big boy," which I've got to say, Wolfgang Van Halen, he's a big kid. Anyway, he's like, "Come here, big boy," and so he came walking over with his bass, and he's like, "You want in on this?" And so he started laying down kind of this blues bass rhythm, but it was very thumpy and very fast.
It was cool.
I was impressed. He can play the bass. He's not just in the band because Eddie's his dad. I'm sure having Eddie Van Halen as your father isn't a disadvantage when you're trying to make it in the music business.
Or at all.
Or at all. Exactly. But anyway, I mean, the guy can play, So he started laying down this thing, and Eddie kept doing what he was doing, and the audience just went wild, And
the people in front of us were hilarious too.
Yeah.
They
were
rocking out.
They were.
They were.
Cool. So it was a great show, and like I said, it had that moment. I know years from now when I think back on this concert, I'm going to be thinking about father and son playing and just really rocking out and having fun. And we just happened to be there, sharing, taking part in the two of them screwing around on instruments that they're very good at playing. So. It was that and David Lee Roth doing an acoustic version of Ice Cream Man with no cool backing from any of the other members. The other members of the band just left the stage. David Lee Roth starts picking, and he's talking about growing up in Indiana.
Yes.
He's talking about growing up in Indiana and how similar Indiana is to Wisconsin. Nothing ever changes. You go back home, it's the same. And I mean, Oshkosh is in a pretty rural area overall, So. Anyway, he was talking about how much it was like back home, and just talking about some of his childhood experiences, and talking about how in the summertime people would get together and barbecue, and if you were really lucky, you might have some ice cream. And he'd just been kind of picking the whole time he's talking to the audience. Well, he goes into Ice Cream Man at that point, saying, you might even have an ice cream. That was kind of cool. So those are probably my most significant memories from the concert. So any other questions you would like to ask before I get back to my laundry duties?
Give me your best rock.
My best rocking out
Yep,
finish?
I'll even leave the frame. Awesome.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Bye. Okay, there will be a jump cut to me riding this big, awesome thing, ride, roller coaster thing, and me eating alligator jerky. So I'm not going to see you until next week. Bye. I'm live.
Huh?
Am I live?
Yeah, you're breathing. You're alive.
Am I recording?
You're recording.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So this is some alligator jerky, and as you can tell, it was really good. And I just wanted to share a video of me eating it with you guys, so you could fully experience my RockUSA stuff. So here goes. It's great. I love it. It's barbecue flavored too. And I'm about to get Carrie, the other half is Carrie and Kirsten. I'm about to get her some. So when I get back, we'll film her eating it. Bye.